Obviously, your Rams went all in. Tell me this, how much of a disappointment would it be if they don't finish the job at home in L.A.?
Well, it would be a disappointment because, we are at home and, we've played good football, not great football, through this playoff run. I think a lot of it has just been mistakes. I think we have a very solid football team, but if you make mistakes like turn the football over, which is the main thing, that can hurt you. But like I say, playing at home, I think I believe we're going to win this football game.
Okay.
Well, Eric D., always good to see you, my brother. And I got to tell you, I'm looking at the Rams right now. I'm a bit concerned, Eric. I'm a bit concerned. And I'm a bit concerned. And here's why. It's really this simple to me. I mean, we know Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and those brothers could play, Eric. The big thing for me is Matthew Stafford is your quarterback. This is his first, appearance in the Super Bowl. He just won his first playoff victory about 3 weeks ago, of his career. And now it's that stage. Now, very few people on the planet know L.A. better than you, okay? And we know who's going to be up in there, what that environment is going to be like, the Super Bowl in La La at a brand new stadium. I consider it to be the best stadium in football. This is your home turf. Being in that bubble, per se, that cocoon for the Los Angeles Rams, I think has the potential to work against them because Tom Brady ain't quarterbacking. What do you say to that?
I disagree because these are a lot of veterans. These aren't young players. They're not a lot of kids. I mean, you think Matthew Stafford, he's a veteran player. Aaron Donald's a veteran. I mean, we have veteran players on this football team. OBJ, he's a veteran. Cooper Kupp, he's a veteran too. So, I mean, it's not like we're a bunch of rookies, a rookie quarterback. The killing part is that it's almost like people want Matthew Stafford to fail. I mean, they want him to come here and fail. They want to say, he's never won a playoff game. I've never seen so many people against the guy. And, he's come here and did what he's supposed to do, get us to the Super Bowl. Me personally, I would not have been disappointed if we'd have got to the Super Bowl because this is his first year. But I'm very happy and not even surprised that we are there because of the ways that Les Snead has set this team up.
First of all, I'm a fan of Les Snead. I'm a fan of Sean McVay, and I think that Matthew Stafford has done a hell of a job. He deserves a lot of credit, so I'm glad you brought that up. But what the hell is going? Who is Cooper Kupp? I mean, 145 receptions, 1,900 plus receiving yards. I never dreamed that we would. I know he could play. I always knew he could play. I never saw this season. Is it as simple as Matthew Stafford having to arrive and Stafford being there instead of Jared Goff? Or is there something else about Cooper Kupp that we've been missing all this time?
No, I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, Matthew Stafford is one of the key elements to his success, for sure. And for him, Cooper, I mean, he runs such great routes. And not just when he runs the route, when he catches the ball, what he's able to do with the ball. It's not easy to bring him down. I hear so many guys, say, oh, man, he's not that fast. I mean, it's a lot of guys not that. Jerry Rice wasn't that fast. Steve Logic wasn't that fast. But some kind of way he seemed to get open and score touchdowns.
Eric, you mentioned this team and Les Snead, but I want to focus on Sean McVay because he's young, but he's ready. I mean, his coaching tree already growing now. Kevin O'Connell expected to be hired, and obviously Zach Taylor, who he's coaching against. How would you assess the job McVay's done so far with this Ram squad?
I think he's done a great job, really. And I think the main thing is not just about the coaching, but when a lot of teams, you hear a lot of noise coming out of, their camp. The guys doing this, doing that. When we got OBJ, so many people said, man, he's a cancer. He's that. He's this. He's not the right guy. All you hear is how professional he is. What a great job he's done. How he's fit in. I think McVay and his staff has done such a good job. You hear nothing coming out of the Rams camp. And that's what it's all about. Look, it's about playing football, not about, making the news, being the media, having drunk driving, arrests and all that kind of stuff. That really doesn't happen here. And look, we're in Los Angeles. I mean, this is not a small city. This is L.A.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Eric D., man, before I let you go, I got to ask you this question because, you got a book out. Obviously, the book is being very successful. Congratulations to you on that. And you've always been considered an authentic voice in the world of sports. If you got something to say, it's going to be honest. So I ask you this question. I look at Sean McVay, and I look at the tree of individuals. I'm happy for Sean McVay. I think he's a fantastic coach. Kyle Shanahan, I think he's a fantastic coach. But we see just the lineage, a line of individuals And obviously, in this particular week, the last 2 weeks or so, we've been talking about scarcity of black coaches. And we see what's been in the news in regards to that. As a former NFL player, how do you feel about the news that has been percolating about the plight of black head coaches in the National Football League?
Well, first of all, we've been talking about this 30 years ago. I mean, when they didn't want black quarterbacks in the National Football League. I believe Brian Flores, everything he says, because we know how the NFL does things. Not the NFL itself, but the owners, that they really don't want black coaches. And I just think it's sad because, you say the league is 80% black and was really one black head coaching. That's like having, a black college, HBCU, and you got one black person and everyone else is white because of HBCU. I mean, that's pretty much how the NFL is. I mean, and look, it's not about the color. It's about the opportunity. The black coaches seem to get these horrible jobs. I mean, terrible jobs. And then when they start having some success with no help, with no team, you have to have the players, they get fired. We go in a different direction. And that's the company line. And like I say, man, Stephen A., this has been going on for so long. And the only way it's going to ever stop, and I've said this so many times, is that we have to have people in power. We have to have a black commissioner. We have to have black ownership, not one, multiple black owners, because that is going to change things. Because what is it going to be like if I'm a black owner of a football team, and I say, you know what? I want to have all black coaches. I mean, that's what I want. I mean, what can you say? Nothing against the league, but that is the only way things are going to change.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.